Think of a forest where everything runs in perfect balance. The rivers run crystal clear, the roots of the trees drink deeply, and the entire ecosystem hums with quiet efficiency. In this canopy lives Pip. He's a small bird with striking, pure white feathers, and he spends his days doing light maintenance, nudging a fallen seed into the soil here, brushing a dried leaf off a branch there. It's easy work. He learned this routine from Barnaby, an older owl who watches over the woods. Barnaby maintains that every creature carries a specific responsibility to keep the ecosystem functioning. Pip takes pride in this role. But his immaculate white feathers tell a different story. They stay perfectly clean because he has never actually had to get his claws dirty. The forest is currently thriving, and Pip considers himself a dedicated guardian. Yet that dedication has only existed in ideal, sunny conditions. He hasn't faced a real test. That test arrives overnight. A violent storm tears through the canopy, ripping the quiet harmony to pieces and scarring the landscape. By morning, the damage is severe. Heavy branches lie splintered on the ground. Debris chokes the once clear river, and the vibrant flowers are suffocating under thick layers of mud. The wildlife faces an immediate crisis. Almost all the foraging grounds have been wiped out, leaving a single red berry bush as the sole remaining food source for the entire forest. But there's a severe mechanical failure in the ecosystem. This cross-section shows the local water system. Notice how a heavy mass of mud and rocks has physically severed the critical water flow path to the berry bush's root network. And caught right in the middle of that dense blockage is a trapped baby fish. The math here is brutal. If that specific water path isn't cleared immediately, the roots will dry up, the bush will die, and the entire local food web will collapse into starvation. Pip surveys the damage, and the scale of the problem is overwhelming. He has a tiny beak and delicate claws. The mudslide is dense, heavy, and massive. He faces a stark choice. Digging into that wreckage means ruining his pristine white feathers and diving headfirst into the filthy, freezing mud. His first instinct is to rationalize walking away. He tells himself a larger animal, a deer or a bear, will surely come along to handle the heavy lifting, allowing him to safely retreat to his dry nest. But Barnaby's teachings echo in his mind. The old owl always warned that true virtue is found in taking action precisely when it is exhausting and uncomfortable. Pip realizes that watching the forest does not equal protecting it. Real stewardship demands an active, selfless sacrifice of his own comfort. He makes his decision. Pip abandons his vanity and flies directly down into the center of the wreckage. He starts digging. It is grueling, repetitive work. He carries away tiny snipes of dirt, over and over. Soon his pure white feathers are stained brown and matted with sticky clay. The physical toll escalates rapidly. His muscles ache as he throws his small frame against the heavy stones, pushing rocks that weigh as much as he does. After hours of continuous labor, he wedges his beak under the last critical stone. He pushes, and the structural integrity of the blockage gives way. The systemic reaction is instantaneous. The restored current floods back into the dried riverbed, soaking the roots of the berry bush and sweeping the trapped baby fish downstream into deeper, safe waters. By enduring that intense physical strain, one small bird managed to trigger a chain reaction that pulled the entire local ecosystem back from the brink of collapse. By the following morning, the forest is breathing again. The red berry bush stands upright, its leaves bright green and heavy with fruit, as hungry animals gather to feed. The environment is vibrant and alive, contrasting sharply with Pip. He rests on a low branch, thoroughly exhausted, shivering and encased in a crust of dried mud. Then a light morning rain begins to fall. The water dissolves the dirt, washing the heavy clay away. As he dries in the sun, Pip's white feathers reemerge, somehow glowing even brighter and purer than they had before the storm. Pip watches the animals feed on the berries he saved, feeling the cool rain rinse the last of the grit from his wings. The same water that sustained the roots now restores his own coat. The state of this forest is no longer an accident of nature. It is a visible record of the work Pip chose to do. The beauty of the landscape remains because one bird decided his own comfort was less important than the survival of the system.